Hello friends, we're back with a new episode in our 10 Commandments series, and today we'll be looking at the 6th commandment. Exodus chapter 20 verse 13 reads, "You shall not murder." This is the 6th commandment of the 10 commandments that were given to Moses by the Lord Almighty. There is a lot that can be said about this, but let's first start talking about how taking another person's life all began and why this is not approved in the eyes of the Lord, because if He has given us a commandment about it, surely it has to carry a lot of weight. We are all familiar with Cain and Abel's story. They were both the first two sons of Adam and Eve. One day, both the brothers offered sacrifices to the Lord, each of their own produce, but the Lord favored Abel's sacrifice. When Cain saw this, he became angry and decided to go after his brother to kill him. Remember, this happened even when God told Cain to rule over sin because sin desires to have him. In my own words, I think we can say that he clearly went against the instructions of the Lord, and what happens next is that he's punished by God. Now, if we were to zoom into this story and try to understand what was going on in Cain's mind before he killed Abel, I think the answer is pretty simple. Cain was jealous of his brother's success, and instead of working hard and listening to God's instructions to win his favor, he actually goes and takes out his anger on his brother only to worsen his relationship with the Lord Almighty. And if we were to determine the end result of this story, that's also very simple. Cain loses his family and he also loses God. So a pretty bad end result, if you ask me. So what is my point in sharing this example with you? My point is that before a sin occurs physically, the sin first takes place in our minds and hearts. And if we can control our mind and heart and rule over it, we can rule over sin. But it's funny how men who claim to know God so well actually end up doing the opposite of what God commands us. In Genesis chapter 4, we see this in Lamech's case, who was Cain's great-grandson. He seems to be in a fight with another man and kills him. Then he makes an announcement to his two wives, claiming that whoever comes after him shall face God's vengeance 77 times. But Jesus clarifies this to us in Matthew chapter 18. He says, "If a brother sins against you, forgive him 70 times 7, which equals 490 times. And why forgive? Because by forgiving our brother or fellow humans, we forego the feeling of being jealous and angry, which also means that we are very less likely to commit any sin against our brother or fellow humans once we have forgiven them completely." But some of you might say, hold on a second, when this commandment was given to Moses on Mount Sinai, the nation of Israel was actually moving from one place to another, fighting many battles with many nations along the way and killing hundreds if not thousands at a time. I say that is true, but it was also God's way to establish Israel. His promise was with Abraham and his descendants, not so much with the other nations. And I'd also say that the other nations could have avoided these battles if they did not stand in Israel's way. And if the other nations did stand up to go against Israel, that clearly meant that they were going against God, and whoever goes against God dies. So to clarify, yes, Israel killed many, but this was according to God's plan. In closing, I would like to reiterate the fact that we really need to go back to the Lord and understand His word as it is. Let us trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not unto our own understanding. Forgive others and be like Jesus Christ, who was humble on the outside as well as on the inside, and who is the perfect example for us to follow. I hope this teaching has blessed you. Please share this video with your friends and family, and please like and subscribe to our channel. I will catch you in the next one. Shalom.